We are live. What's up? It is March something 27th. It's Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday up until 30 seconds ago. And it's It Takes Two by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It Takes Two. In Countdown Week, we had 4 minutes to save the world. Three Little Birds. It Takes Two. Countdown to opening day of baseball season.
Is the countdown a day off?
No, because we're like 2 shows away, I think is how we did it. So like tomorrow morning show is going to be, I think. So like one.
Yeah, it's a little suspect.
I don't know. I actually changed it on him because he was just going to do like counting songs, like the final countdown. I was like, let's do it days. That'd be fun.
So you're falling on the sword.
I'll fall on any sword. Give me a sword. I'll fall on it.
You won't fall on any sword. That's a
lie. I'll just make it flat on the ground.
You're soft.
No, I'll just lay the sword down flat and then I'll fall on
it. You fell awkwardly and you killed yourself. You're dead.
Oh, I'm nicking myself.
You would be scared to fall on a laying flat sword.
30-year-old me, yes.
Yeah, and that's what you are. So that's what we're talking about.
I thought we might have been talking about 23-year-old me.
No, would have had a blast with the sword. Would have been a little scared, but would have had a blast.
That guy used to walk on glass.
Yeah, if you don't fear it, it can't hurt you.
That's true about walking on glass.
Yeah.
Because when you get all hesitant and then you put weight awkwardly on just one part of your foot because you're trying to like tiptoe, and then you cut that part of your foot. But if you just flat-footed walk normal, same with the burning coals. I think like Norris cut himself once.
Yeah, because we were walking on glass.
Yeah. He was in me and DeSorba, we were experts. We used to smash bottles at our parties in college and then just walk on that across it barefoot. And all the girls would be like, this party sucks, stop it. We gotta stop it. Then at the end, like, can I smash one?
Yeah, there'd be some tears, and then it's I don't know. There's almost a circle of life in a way. It was beautiful.
Jake's coming to you shirtless today. For anyone that does not watch the videos or join us live, Jake's sand shirt looks so cold to me. I can't even get over it.
Yeah, I'm going with the full Bert Kreischer, the stand-up guy that's getting more and more popular. We talked about self-fulfilling prophecy or whatever it was earlier this week. This guy was voted the number one partier at the number one party school, and now he's like trying to live a life to that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of those things are funny. Like Jeter got voted most likely to play for the Yankees in high school, and I was like, well, yeah, he's the best baseball player in the school.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna get that.
They had some data to go on for that one. They had data. Do you like the Bert Kreischer guy?
I haven't paid a lot of attention. I've seen like one Joe Rogan podcast that he was on, and I've seen his classic Russian stand-up bit, and I like both of those. I'm not a stand-up comedian like guy as much as you are.
Yeah, the Russian thing is fun, and I don't know. I guess I see everyone's like argument for him. Like I could easily see why you wouldn't like him. But like I appreciate what he's doing, and he's having fun, and it's like harmless. I think for you and me, it's almost a little like the people that are like, oh, that's savage or that's a crazy story. You and I would be like, no, that's kind of that's just a story. He's the one that went on to tell those stories.
I don't really use savage.
Like he would
like
tell the broken glass story at parties, and he'd be on stage shirtless saying, "Yeah," and then all of our buddies, we just started breaking bottles, and then we're walking on the glass, and people at home are like, "Wow, that's nuts," and then you and me are like, "Oh well, yeah, we kind of did that," and like in a not douchey way, like we just it was Friday night, we got drunk, we broke some bottles.
Yeah. I mean, it's just college. I figure a lot of people do that.
Yeah. He's the one that went on to tell the tale.
I remember when you came home, my friends from California came to visit David and Brad, and we were just hanging out playing Madden, and you were at work or at class, and you walked into our house and you were drinking out of a beer bottle, and you walked in like finishing the beer bottle.
Right.
And this was the first time you ever met them. You had heard about each other a lot, but you never.
Right. You had hyped it. The bottle breaking had been hyped up. I remember when they visited, they were already anticipating it.
And you just said, "Oh!" and smashed the bottle on the living room floor. Like, "Nice to meet you." And they're like, "Whoa!"
There are no rules.
Oh, wow! Central must be so cool.
That damn party school.
No, we just were a bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, if I officiate Brad's wedding, maybe I'll use that story.
I mean, you break a bottle in the middle of it.
Yeah. Jewish wedding.
Yeah, but instead of putting it neatly in some napkins and stepping on it so glass doesn't get all over,
I do it over his
smash
dad's
a bottle
head.
over both their heads while they're kissing.
Oh, yeah.
You're now married. Bam! Broken head. Brad's breaks
Boom.
perfectly fine. It was sugar glass. He loves it. He's laughing hysterically. His bride knocked out cold.
Right. Someone switched out the bottles. They were supposed to be fake glass. It's supposed to be like the end of the ceremony. TKO. Dag.
Yeah. You're getting beat up.
I think the Bondi boys are laughing for a little bit.
Yeah, until they realize what happened.
Yeah.
You pick up the bottle, realize what you've done, smash your own self in the head, knock you out. Now no one can harm you.
Can't be mad at me. I'm knocked out.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Knock me out? I'm already knocked out.
I'm already knocked out. You're going to kill me? All right.
I'm sorry I killed your bride, but I'm knocked out, so you can't do anything to
me. Complaining about it's not going to do anything.
That's complaining about it. Imagine if you dropped that to someone who just lost a loved one.
That's always the funny scene in a show. Something crazy happens and John Ralphio underplays it, or one of those type of characters. The reason I'm going full Bert.
I'm sorry your husband died. You're just going to complain about it, though?
Yeah.
That's so mean.
Let's move on.
What do you want for lunch? That was the question.
Yeah. Let's get the tears out of here. Don't need any more salt on my sandwich. The reason I'm going full Bert Kreischer, some of you will see probably pretty soon. One of my many modeling gigs came up.
Yeah.
Reenacting some sexy pics in Yankees history.
When ESPN The Body issue magazine refuses to respond to your multiple requests and attempts to be part of what they're doing. I like what you guys are doing. I just want to be involved. My name's Jake Storielli. Let me be naked in your magazine. And they continuously just ignore you. You got to take matters into your own hands.
Yeah, we're going to put it right back on them.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's my dick. So.
No.
That's ESPN. Your wiener's out.
No, it's not. Wish it was. Okay.
It's good. What you see in your head, what I fully naked.
You got choppy on me a little bit there, but yeah, no penis, but little penis. What's up? What's up with you?
No, I don't feel good. I got a lot of sleep last night. I went to sleep before 10 o'clock, I think, for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good, considering I didn't sleep all night for. I watched the next 2/3 of The Dirty, which is on Netflix, movie about Motley Crue.
Okay.
And It's not a good movie, but it's interesting. It's the same as Bohemian Rhapsody, actually. But people are putting Bohemian Rhapsody up for awards and calling this one like a shitty TV movie. They're the same exact quality. They're both
Right.
like cookie cutter. But Motley Crue, interesting band. They
Know
were like,
nothing about them.
you know nothing about them.
Nope.
They were like the biggest.
Not a music guy.
But they were. But have you heard of Motley Crue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They were the biggest partiers. Like their stories of like Nikki Sixx, like the drugs and the girls and all that. They were like bigger than any other stories you hear. They set the landmarks for that shit.
Set the hotel room on fire.
Yeah, that just happened in the scene I just watched.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. So, but I keep falling asleep because I keep watching it while I'm really tired. So maybe tonight I'll watch the last third of it and finish the movie.
I just dropped this real subtle Ken, you're welcome. I haven't done one of those in a while. Just listening to another person's story saying one small attached anecdote, saying, you're welcome for that.
Yeah, I got involved.
You're welcome for you telling me that story.
Hey, Vince Mora from Temecula, California wants to know how your balls are doing from yesterday.
They're okay. They're okay. I got some apologies.
Noodle apologized?
I got apologies from. I mean, he apologized immediately. He came in filled with love. He meant the best. Well, it's wow. Talk about your brain doing stuff you don't even realize. I woke up early today, as you know. I don't think you do know because you forget about time zones. But you and I started texting. It was 5:30 a.m. my time.
No, I knew.
Well, sometimes you forget about time zones. But
yes, but today I knew.
But so I actually beat the dog awake. So I stomped on his balls. So I gave him back a little bit. No, he doesn't have them.
And you licked him as an apology.
Yeah, so we're even. And then my girlfriend was apologetic when she got home yesterday. She's like, "Yeah, I won't let that happen again." It's like that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna let the dog in the bedroom in the morning. Our dog can open our bedroom door.
He's bigger than you guys.
He's big. He has the power here. If you could just give me a little heads up, or I don't know, roll me over or something, so he could just land on one of my parts of my spine or something like that. That would be ideal.
Why don't you just sleep with a cup on?
I normally do. That's the bitch of it.
That was good, Jake. That was quick.
That's the bitch of it. I think anytime someone brings up a cup joke, you just have to say that.
Yeah.
If anyone brings up a cup joke to a guy, your immediate reaction has to be either A, I'm wearing one right now, or B, I normally would.
Yeah. I used to, when I was a little kid, I used to wear my cup to baseball practice and then just wear like my cup, my baseball pants all day because I like sliding.
Mm.
My mom would take me to the grocery store. I'd put on my baseball pants and I'd just slide down the aisles.
Sure.
So, but my uncle always be, how could you wear your cup all day? And I was like, I don't know. I'm 7 years old. It doesn't bother me. Basically a Barbie doll down there right now.
I never wore one.
I know. You didn't catch. Or maybe
slowed me down. I caught a couple games. One time I borrowed a guy's cup. I think I caught without a cup before, which
I had to catch without a cup once in middle school. And like when you get used to having it and then you don't have it, it was actually I was like, this is no good.
I could see that.
So I woke up in a really good mood, Jake, because Peony Planter left a review on Talking Yanks.
Yeah.
That I think I might hire him to write an autobiography about me now.
Okay.
I don't want to read the whole thing. Maybe I will. Listen to this review. It's very nice, and this is like me flattering myself.
Right.
But I can't believe that this guy penned this.
He's a wordsmith.
Talking Yanks is a bromantic comedy masquerading as sports talk. But actually, it's a case study on entrepreneurial millennials crowdfunding their way to the American dream. Whoa. Yeah. Co-host Jake is the cheeky accomplice with impressive analytical skills. Has that ever been said about you before?
Never.
Who assumes he gets paid by the word. The sillier of the two, he excels at keeping things light. I love him.
Wow. Are you mad that I got the sillier of the two?
No, I think you are the sillier of the two.
Okay.
That's a known fact. You're also
Okay.
the shorter of the two. Like, these are facts.
No.
Yeah. Jake's partner, Jomboy, is a psychological enigma.
Ooh.
I really was putting. Give me my tune some. A
I like this
psychological,
next line a lot.
a psychological enigma who vacillates between the profound and profane, often within the same sentence.
Yeah. That would be the way I would want to describe you if I knew how to use words. Because I've never used any of those words before.
You've never used psychological enigma who vacillates between the profound and profane?
Well, no, I just like the vacillates between the profound and profane. Because I think you could be saying something that's so nice and so wholesome, and then you'll drop like an F-bomb, and you'll be like, yeah, we're adults, we can say that, but people are still taken aback by that.
Yeah. I had to Google a lot of words in this. Operating under the 10,000 hour principle, his work ethic and single mindedness are rare among peers. His strengths are sardonic wit.
Yeah, didn't have that.
It's a different word for sarcasm. I Googled it.
That's what I assumed, just because it seemed like it.
I assumed it as well, but I was like, I got to make sure. He's saying
that how words work?
Acute powers of observation conveying the romance of baseball. Not worthy. But then at the end, he said, before you subscribe, however, be aware that Talking Yanks is not for ordinary minds looking for ordinary podcasts.
He's trying to upsell it.
Don't say you weren't warned. Well, anyway,
he's trying to upsell it.
Thank you, Peony, because that whole vacillating thing is a good way. That's, I guess, what I want Talking Yanks to be. Like, we can be serious and then silly.
1 to 10 yesterday. What was your day?
What's my average day? A 5?
I mean, well, now we actually would have an average, so I don't know.
I had a good day yesterday. I was working on no sleep, and like you told me, just getting back in the chair and doing things again.
Yeah.
I was going to get excited. I made that pump up video that's getting a lot of action. That's always fun. So I'm going to go with a 6.
Nice.
I got a big day coming up. Like, opening day should be great.
Yeah.
What was yours? What'd you
2.9. Next.
2.9. That's not your lowest.
No.
You know what's weird, Jake? I know that you're going to give the, of course. But sometimes I think that you just ham up the Tuesday sucks. But the toilet face and the ball smashing both happened on Tuesdays.
Jimmy, I'm not going to yeah you. I'm going to yeah ya. I mean, it's not a coincidence, man. I've mentally...
But I think factually it is a coincidence.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if it's the world or karma or whatever you believe in or just my life or how it happens. Tuesday, it's a death day.
All right. An Englishman is quitting his job to watch baseball. This isn't Tri-State news, but I wanted to talk about it, so I put it under my segment. Hal Steinbrenner says the Yanks have a championship caliber team. Thanks, Hal. Good job. The Islanders lost to the Blue Jackets. Andy Green of the New Jersey Devils became the first player in franchise history to record 200 block shots. Oh, wait, he's just the first player to do it since 1997 because no one cared about that stat beforehand. Jabril Peppers is not a suspect in any incidents revolving the Cleveland Police. I repeat, Jabril Peppers is not a suspect in any incidents revolving the Cleveland Police. There's your Tri-State news.
Yeah. What do you like there, Jim?
Well, this English dude who's quitting his job, he's going to go watch baseball at every stadium and all that. I only put this on here as a reminder to ask you, should we try and get this guy on the show?
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure he was at baseball winter meetings. I think I peed next to him.
Okay.
And I almost said something because he was
Not
clearly
circumcised, I'm guessing?
And, dude, I don't know if you remember this. Like, at the Boone press conference, which was awful, all the reporters were asking 3-month-old questions. I think he piped up and said something because it was clearly like a massive British accent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's him. So I saw him in the bathroom, and I almost said something like, what's up? What's up? What's up, Tea Party?
Yeah. Hey, how about that Brexit? Regrets yet?
It just felt like one of those things. I thought about bringing up the right way to do it was be like, hey, we have a popular Yankees podcast. We might be coming out to the London game this year. But I don't know. That's still offensive. What if that wasn't the British guy, and then I'm just talking to a stranger about the London game, which would have been fine at winter meetings. Actually,
Okay, so
people would have loved that.
if we have him on the Yankees after he goes to the Yankees game, we should get in touch with him quick, actually, so no one else snags him up. Well, not that there's going to be a big race for this dude, but you should open up the podcast by saying, "I think I peed next to you at the winter meetings."
Yeah, that's how I normally start the podcast.
I think British people. How would I put this? Percentage of British people that get and understand humor, I think, is higher than percentage of American people that get and understand humor.
Yeah, or maybe where our humor lands.
It's closer.
Maybe they like to push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah, they're not.
Maybe they just like ridiculous humor. Like what's a joke that always makes you laugh? Like something. I forget. We circled back on it a couple weeks ago. There's some dumb joke that just always gets you, and I think it was almost British humor. It was a Venn diagram crossover into British humor.
I can't think of it, but if any of the listeners,
I'll think of it at some point.
Okay.
Like I won't, but you'll think of it, so that counts.
Artie just joined the chat, says what's up, says that he sees that you're not safe for work today. Someone else said, Nakey Jakey, whoa there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is ideal. This is the world I want to live in. But, you know, I try to keep it professional, but with my Giancarlo photos coming out today, just blew the cover on that. But
the dick pics. All right. Did you know that Jabril Peppers was a perceived suspect in an incident for about an hour yesterday? I was not. That's the end.
I saw a little bit of this. What was it?
No one knows. It was just like they're talking to Jabril Peppers about two incidents. I was like, oh shit, what's this going to come out with? And then everyone was like, he's not a suspect. He's not. Like,
yeah, I saw that, and I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, good for Peppers. Hal Steinbrenner says the Yanks have a championship caliber team. In other news, the sun set last night, rose this morning. I'm still 5'7".
Wow, on a good day. Yeah, is that news?
Imagine if your height fluctuated. I don't know where that headline comes.
How much would that suck for basketball players?
If your height fluctuated?
Every big game of your life, you normally level out like 6'7", 6'8", but twice a year you drop to like 5'2", and that's always on the day of the biggest game.
How much, if you woke up one day and you were an inch shorter or an inch taller, how much would your everyday routine be out of whack in innocent ways? Like, would you be tripping on steps, or would your lift your foot up level still be the same? Would you be reaching for cabinets and missing by like an inch where the handle usually is? Like what activities would be messed up if you randomly grew an inch or lost an inch over the foot?
Like my arms are affected, like my reach is probably an inch shorter or something like that?
Yeah. Got to change your car seat.
I probably like whiff at the refrigerator a couple times.
Yeah.
Like I just do a casual walk by to open it, and I'm like, oh, that was odd.
Everyone
like tying my shoes wouldn't affect me because I like stretch when I tie my shoes. I basically go full yoga class when I tie my shoes. I'm trying to reach past.
Pop that out.
I don't know. I think I'd be normally pretty fine. I think I'd just like strap on my boots and be like, oh, not a tall day today. If I was an inch taller, I would be fully convinced I finally grew another inch.
Well, you'd be right because you did.
Well, yeah, but I thought we were still. I thought we were still living in the fluctuating world, Jim, where it fluctuated on a different day. Come on, bro.
So you mean you'd be
coming at my throat for that one when we're living in the fluctuating height world?
Well, to me, it sounded like you said if I grew an inch, I'd be convinced I grew an inch, and I was like, yeah, that's the whole thing.
Wow. Be in the world we're living in.
You did grow an inch. You just might lose it.
You're not going to talk about Andy Green with that huge block shot record?
Since 1997, since they didn't keep that stat prior to 1997. I guarantee you some fucker in the when they didn't have curved sticks and the puck never came off the ice, I bet there was millions of block shots.
Yeah.
So.
Jimmy, the NFL runs the world. They had their coaches, owners meeting. The big news that came out of it, pass interference is now going to be reviewable by NFL officials. The Saints are The Saints are marching in, shall I say. That's bad. It'll be interesting. I think that might be brutal, honestly. We'll talk about it. Cliff Kingsbury allowing cell phone time at Cardinals practice. The Bucks, we're going to the NBA, Jim. The Bucks whoop on Houston. Everyone's talking about this game. Everyone's talking about this game. For definitely not because of the bet of the day and the heater I'm on. Fernando Tatis Jr. You might remember his dad, Jim. He used to run with the Expos a little bit. Fun batting stance. Fernando Tatis Jr. makes the Padres out of camp, 20 years old, top prospect. And Jimmy, most importantly for you and I, even though the song was about the number 2, we are one day away from the second opening day.
The real opening day. No one cares about the Japanese opening day besides the people in Japan.
We don't play music anymore, is what you're telling me.
I don't know. You kind of stopped doing like...
Wow. Don't spin this back at me.
I'm just saying.
Don't spin this back at me.
It was supposed to be a 1-minute burn. I go real fast so we can put it on Instagram.
That was like a minute.
I don't know. Yesterday was like 2.5 minutes.
Check the timer.
I will.
Check the tape.
I will check the tape. The pass interference, we both said this was going to happen. Like after that Saints call, I think. Well, I know that I said flat out this is now going to be a reviewable play. So we should all be happy. That's what my take was. We should be happy this happened because it's going to make it a reviewable play.
Yeah, and like it's right. Like that Saints thing, I saw some people like still anti defending it. What am I saying? They were like, yeah, it was what it was, and it's like, not really, because if it was called, the Saints win and go to the Super Bowl. So it's not. It was what it was. Like, and it was so easy. Literally, everyone saw it. It seems like a good thing, Jim. I think what the general public are saying, which I agree with, is just have a straight up replay official in the booth, and if you miss any of the big calls, just rely on that guy. Like, why do we need the coaches calling flags and making the whole fiasco? The ref runs over to the coach. Did you throw your red flag? Okay, why did you throw your red flag? Well, I think that was a pass interference over there. I'd like you guys to check the tape on it.
I know same with baseball. There has to be some reason. Like if we went to the front office and said, why do you not just have 2 officials in the booth? Maybe just 1. And they're watching every play. In football, there's breaks after every play.
Right.
And big plays, if it's really obvious, they say, that's not it. There has to be something. I guess time constraints, but you could figure it out. But I think it's going to be wishy-washy because the NFL is wishy-washy with all the rules. There's going to be loopholes. There's going to be stuff that they have to figure out. But in the end, this is for the best. It will, like we've implemented it, where it's going to take a little bit for it to become perfect, but in the end, it'll be good.
Yeah, I think so. I hope they get to the ref in the booth thing. I think, and trying to juxtapose the parallels between baseball and football, that home run call that you and I talked about a lot, the Joe West and Houston call where you can't see if it's over the line, like there's going to be some of those with pass interference. Like there's going to be some gentleman's contact before the ball gets there, and then it's like, okay, well, the contact was already initiated, but was it pass interference worthy contact? So, I mean, it's still going to be open to a lot of interpretation. They're going to get the big calls that they miss, which is the goal. But, I mean, there's still going to be some anarchy that comes from it.
Oh, yeah. NFL is all about anarchy. Every game, there's a rule that no one understands and that someone's arguing about the outcome.
Someone's arguing about the outcome. I think the catch rules were ridiculous. People understood what a catch was. The NFL didn't.
Yeah. They don't understand what the rule is. They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see. Cliff Kingsbury is allowing cell phone time at practice.
Yeah.
Gotta cater to the Gen X or Gen Z kids.
Are you in on that?
No,
does your old man kick in at all?
Oh yeah. I had a kid on one of my teams that would bring his cell phone to practice and like check it on the bench, and I'm as addicted to my phone as the rest of the people. So I'm not an old man where you don't be on your phone so much.
Right.
Know when you're working or know when you shouldn't. Like at practice, so they're gonna like walk to the sidelines and all check their phones during practice. Whatever. I'm an old man, but
it's more so during
ask
like
Kraus
their
about his college teammate. He
it's
played
it,
with me. We checked his phone nonstop. It's just like, what are you doing?
it's more so during like when they do player meetings and they'll do like positional meetings. Or like they do a meeting as an offense, then they do it, you're with the wide receivers, then they do a full team meeting.
Well,
He
those are
basically
meetings.
right.
I read that different as practice. Practice I read as on-field practice.
Okay. Well, that's what they're doing.
It says meetings, not practice. I just saw this from what you put on the sheet.
Yeah, I don't know if this ties into practice at all. It may, but basically they get 20 to 30-minute cell phone breaks between team meetings and stuff.
That's fine. I thought this was on the field with pads on, checking phones. I'm against that.
No, I don't think we're doing that. But like at the same time, if they really landed there, I still wouldn't fully hate it. But yeah, I think this kind of needs to happen.
Yeah, I just read the article. It's meeting, so it's not practice. So I'm fine with it.
Okay. But I mean, it's still like work time. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, cell phones are so much different than like, everyone uses it for the same different things. Like, so in a similar story, the Phillies today released a statement saying any beat reporter that is texting while a player talks is going to get kicked out of the locker room, the clubhouse.
Right.
Because the player's there to give you his time, and he's only there for you. So if you're just holding up your recorder, recording his voice and not listening, like actively listening, you're out. And Phil Hughes said, yeah, like that's good because it's so annoying. Like, I don't want to be here. I'm here for you. So listen and engage. But then all the reporters came out and were like, what? I'm tweeting, which is my job. I'm tweeting the news you give me. And another guy said, what if I'm taking notes in my notepad so I know what to look up later and what stories? So the Phillies came back and said, well, from inside and outside, it seems like we're changing this. We just hope you can be more attentive because everyone uses their phone for different things.
It's so funny seeing adults deal with the problems that we dealt with early high school, end of middle school. Like, you can't have your cell phone on you. I have this cell phone because my mom wants to call me in case of emergencies. And it's like, well, you can't have a cell phone in the classroom. And it's like, and now look, now we're here 15 years later or whatever it is, and people are still doing the same stuff. They're dealing with it as adults.
I know. I use my phone for everything. Like the lady at the DMV was like, can you please stop texting? And I was like, actually, I'm looking up information to give you on my phone.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's okay. It's like, yeah, like what? This isn't just like a do nothing device. For some people, it is. Other people use it for actual things.
Right.
Yeah. Fernando Tatis Jr. makes Padres out of camp, so they're not exploiting the service time.
No, and I think this is so. A, we obviously love this because play your best players. B, I love this because the Padres. This is a great message from the Padres organization to their team. Like, we're gonna play ball. He's the number one overall prospect in baseball, according to your boy Keith Law. Yeah, boy.
That was on our list of things you say a lot of episodes.
Yeah, well, he's your boy.
No, I don't like Keith Law.
You love Keith Law.
I think his whole profession's a sham. Boom.
Wow.
No, that's harsh. I don't like.
Yeah, you love angry Keith Law. Angry gnome Keith Law.
Oh, I like that he knows he's a loser.
Yeah. Okay. See. But yeah, I think they're not doing the whole service time thing, and I think what we're seeing, and we'll probably see it with Tatis Jr. and we saw it with your boy Eloy Jimenez. instead of doing that whole horse and pony show, they just kind of give them the young guy contract, and they can just play their best players and not have it be a stigma or anything like that. So I don't know. It's awesome that he's going to be on the left side of the infield with Machado. I was going to say learn from Machado, but I think a lot of people would dislike that. It's exciting. He's the youngest position player. Let me see.
What do you think about the Blue Jays raising wages for all their minor leaguers 50%?
It's nice. I mean, baseball's going to get there anyways, I think, in the next labor agreement or whatever it is. So it's just the Padres getting ahead of the curve and, I don't know, beating everyone to the punch a little bit, which is kind of smart. Jim, Tatis Jr., he'll be the youngest player to start on opening day since, do you have a guess?
Mickey Mantle.
No. 1999.
99?
Which is also the year Tatis was born, by the way.
No, I'm out on 99. Lived in Australia then.
Adrian Beltre.
Wow.
Adrian Beltre. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. And yeah, like just such a better message to send to your team. We're going to play our best players and not hold this kid back in life.
But I'm glad the Yankees did it with Glaber.
Oh, yeah, have to.
Halftime. All right. Halftime. I don't think we got anything for halftime. Just skip right past it. How's shirtless episode feeling? Good?
I mean, it feels good. This is how I live.
During the summer, can we expect shirtless Jake all the time?
I would. I mean, I think I was comfortable coming on shirtless because we haven't been doing the Instagram videos and stuff, which is probably going to spark you to do the Instagram video.
No, I don't have time today to do it with opening day tomorrow. But yes, during the summer, we will be putting Jomboy and Jake Instagram videos out. So yeah,
because I like it as a podcast view of myself being shirtless. I don't want it actually being on the Instagram. I don't want to be Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, it's a good call. It's a good call.
Like I think that's what I want to say during this halftime. I'm not doing this for a laugh or entertainment. I'm doing this because I want to be shirtless. And people misconstrue that.
I'm also wearing the sweatshirt for the same reason. I'm not wearing the sweatshirt for a laugh or to be famous for wearing the sweatshirt. I'm wearing the sweatshirt because I wore a different sweatshirt yesterday, so I was like, got to switch it up. Otherwise, people are going to say you wear the same thing every day. And it was the closest to my hand. It's not for a laugh.
It's not for a laugh.
I'm wearing the sweatshirt for other reasons.
I've got another good, quick, like real life story that I think people like and relate to.
How quick is it?
I mean, I don't know, a minute and a half, less.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I tried to do my taxes the other day.
Yeah.
And I never got my W-2 from my old company, but I thought I'd be able to access it online. Can't access it online. Nightmare. So I'm going to have to contact my old company, go through the proper avenues, contact who knows to try to get the W-2 into my hands. I'm figuring there's going to have to be identification, blah, blah, blah. So we go back and forth. I'm like emailing a robot that turns into a computer each time. I get the auto response and then a human response.
I hate that.
So, yeah. They were like, oh, yeah, just log in here and, you'll be able to access it. And I'm like, I haven't worked there in 8 months. I can't log in. I don't know my password. I don't know anything. And so they just replied back with, all right, we'll send it in the mail. And I was like, I didn't get the first one. So where are you sending it? You haven't asked my address or anything. So it's in the mail.
It's in the mail. That's how the mail works.
So that's
You're good.
Right.
It either comes or doesn't come. I have to go to the post office today for our buddy Nick Bubach in Grand Island, Nebraska.
Well, if you see my W-2 there, snag it.
I'll ask them, but they're pretty mean at the post office.
Oh, yeah.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
Utah family has become the victim of extreme stalking, Jake. They are involved in someone is sending unwanted service providers repeatedly to their home. And they don't want those service providers. Someone's sending them there. West Virginia man wears Native American head garb as part of a Christian protest against getting new biometric driver's licenses. No idea what any of that means, what his agenda is, or what he's protesting. A man insists that his boss's flatulence was a form of bullying and is suing for $1.2 million. Bohemian Rhapsody opens in China minus all the gay bits. Will make it just as true as it already is. Michigan couple says ghost seen on nanny cam scratched their daughter. This is a must-watch video for you, Jake. Michigan couple says ghost seen on nanny cam scratched their daughter. A Glenville man was charged after police found a stuffed monkey with exposed genitalia and other abandoned pets in his house.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Oh boy is right. That last one. We're not even going to talk about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I clicked on the ghost baby scratching thing before you told me to click on it because that's a no-brainer.
If this is an undoctored video, there's a ghost in their house. But there's some parts of the video that are wild. They're living in a barn and calling it a house.
Right.
Like a shed.
Where's Highland, Michigan? Where's that on the hand?
Dude, they knew the news crew was coming to their house, and they didn't tidy up like in the slightest, which I don't understand. Like,
Jim, it's a crime scene.
I don't know. It's weird. That's weird. And then they say the previous owner, the ghost hunter, is in the video. It says the previous owner apparently, allegedly, jumped out of this window and killed himself. And they cut out, and it's the first story window. It's like a 3-foot drop.
Hey, he hit it at the right angle, man. You know,
like that'd be like jumping from the ground to kill yourself. Like, I mean, sure, it may be able to be done. I think it'd be pretty hard.
The girl, the woman whose daughter it is, she kind of looks like a ghost. That just might be her.
Well,
see how pale she is?
Well, a lot of people on the YouTube, the mean people that, love Alex Jones and whatever, are saying that she scratched the baby and this is the cover up. And I think that's mean. I think that's mean to just throw that out there like that.
Who's Alex Jones?
What's his name?
You got to help me out there because you just said a name and I asked who that was. And then you said, what's his name?
I mean, everyone's going to be shocked that I don't know his name. The Shock Jock Radio that started the Sandy Hook conspiracy and Alex Jones. I got it right. Nice.
Okay, yeah. I've never heard of that guy. And if you have heard of that guy, stop listening to him.
Don't listen to him. You've never heard of InfoWars with Alex Jones? And he's like,
I've heard of InfoWars.
Yeah, he's the main guy. Like he's in the news a ton right now because he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch regular news. If you think I'm watching that stuff.
Yeah. Well, PFT does spoofs him a ton. So I thought maybe that's how it would be on your radar.
Mm-hmm. Then what happened here, Jim?
I don't know. I mean, is that a ghost? Dude, when they pulled out and they showed,
ghosts exist?
If this was a Onion article,
right,
I would believe it. If it was an Onion video, all four, when the ghost hunter says he apparently killed himself by jumping out of this window, and then they show the outside of the house. I took a screenshot of it. For anyone that's on the live feed, let me pull this up and I'll show you on my computer screen what they said. Here it is. What they said he jumped out of his window, killed himself, and then they showed the house. Can you see that?
Yeah. That's
the house. I mean,
you don't think that second story one could do it?
No, he said it's this first one right here.
That's not possible.
And this isn't that house. And this is a shed that absolutely has a ghost inside of it. Look at the house. Like, that's a haunted shed. So when they did that, I was like, is this an Onion video? Because that's a good joke.
So you believe in ghosts?
I'm not going to be out there saying I'm a firm non-believer.
Right.
Because I don't want to get the ghost coming for me.
Right. I mean, just say you believe in ghosts then.
I think I believe in ghosts I believe I don't. It's a very tough spot for me. I'm in the state where my brain tells me there's no such thing as ghosts, but my heart gets scared of them every now and then.
Right. I just think this is a vicious cycle because you don't believe in ghosts, but you're not going to say that because you don't want to get haunted by the ghosts. But in your heart of hearts, because you don't believe in ghosts, I think you're starting to get a little worried about how this baby got scratched.
Well, I don't think the ghost scratched the baby. Babies can
What do you
get
think
scratched.
happened to the baby?
I think maybe they didn't cut their baby's fingernails and the baby scratched itself. That's very common in babies. But the video, there's something walking. But there was an old man. The ghost walks briskly in that video. Like,
It's a pretty brisk walk for a ghost.
It's like, really running around. So
An athletic ghost.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you got to be athletic to jump off a first story window and kill yourself. You got to be able to get a lot of height and then swan dive down.
I mean, if it's that second story window and they just misspoke, I'll believe it.
No, he shows the window in the video. He says this window, and they're below the tree line. They're like even with the bottom of the trees. Like in the video, they 100% say it's the bottom video. But I mean, if they made a mistake, maybe. But I don't think they could have while filming it there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's a haunted barn. Like it's not, and they're not moving out. Like, yeah, we're gonna stay here until we raise enough money. If they start a GoFundMe that says "Help us move out of our haunted house," then this was awesome fake story by them.
Yeah, this was good. This is a fake it till you make it kind of thing.
Yeah, if I'm ever living in a shitty place, I'm just gonna fake a ghost and then start a GoFundMe and say, "Yo, my house is haunted. Please help me." Dude, the ghost just scratched my daughter. Come on, please help me.
You absolutely just solved this. There is no ghost. They got this on the news to start a GoFundMe so they could sell this dump house. The house will probably have some value because there's probably some weirdos out there that want the haunted house. And then they'll get the money from the GoFundMe. I mean, they're just chipping away at life. Guess what? I bet their next house ends up being haunted. And then they end up in a, 5-bedroom, 4-bath out, in the burbs.
Yeah. So I'm going to start a GoFundMe that it just says, "I solved the ghost issue. Give me money." And I'll solve another one. That's my new GoFundMe.
Nice.
GoFundMe.com/Jimmy the Ghost Ghost.
Jimmy the Ghost. That's a good nickname.
If I was a ghost.
Jimmy the Ghost, man. Dude, and if that's like an athlete's name, you'd be like, whoa.
The Ghost. Do you think there's ever been an athlete nicknamed the Ghost?
Jimmy the Ghost? You'd like to think so, right?
It's similar to Jimmy the Host, which was my nickname for one summer in Sandestin, Florida.
Jimmy the Ghost. Yeah, I'm not seeing it come up with any athletes. I'm seeing some pictures you'd like, but I'm not seeing it with any athletes.
What about this guy who's suing the company for $1.2 million because his boss farted on him or near him?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, where my brain instantly jumped was me 20 years in the future. It's Tuesday morning and I come into work and this is sitting on my desk.
Because you fart on people?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not farting on people, but I could see myself letting a couple farts out. You missed the whole Tuesday factor of that story.
I got the Tuesday factor. So I'm siding with the man who's suing on this one.
I mean, Jim, I think you're putting yourself in a tough place here. Like, you've farted before. What if you had a bad lunch and you let out a couple farts around the office? Now you're getting sued for 1.2?
But I mean, he's pretty adamant that his boss just farted around him.
Okay, so I'm adamant you farted all around me. And it was intentionally directed at me. You clearly farted at me.
I can't read the article because it's paid for. But I'm saying if this is like an ed fart, like a pre-workout fart situation, and every day the boss goes by, "How you doing today, Jimmy? How's work coming?" and lets out a fart in that moment every day, then yeah, he's bullying you with his farts. Okay, it comes down to this, Jake. Can you bully someone with your farts? The answer is yes.
You absolutely can. But so I mean, I'm just saying you're at risk. Have you ever farted around people?
I agree with that. We need to know the full details, but we have the spectrum. It can be a form of bullying, or it can be innocent, and the victim is placing blame on something that's not happening. We don't know the
May have done
details.
it during the 18-day trial. Short testified that he may have done it once or twice, maybe.
If you're intentionally farting on or near someone else in the place of work, that's mean. Unless you're really good friends with them, then that's love.
Well, there's a fine line between love and lawsuits. Then.
Yeah, this is like
I'm reliving some of your spring training farts right now.
This is like incognito all over again. We were just friends.
This is tough. There is a world where it's real, but I'm not buying it. I need proof.
Yeah.
I did see somewhere in quotes someone say the phrase Mr. Stinky.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. So now Mr. Stinky isn't a bully via farts. It's his only weapon.
Who thrusted his bum at him.
It sounds like this. It sounds like this guy's a grosso, and he needs to get in trouble for this.
He would fart behind me and walk away. He would do this 5 or 6 times a day.
Come on.
I don't know, man. This is one guy's word against another right now.
Well, that's everything. But if this guy's telling the truth.
What if he's not? What if he's just trying to get 1.2 million from you, dog?
Well, he's not going to.
Because you let out a couple farts after Mexican food.
I think he's going to get it from the company, right? Or is he suing the individual?
No, he's suing the guy.
Well, I mean, 1.2 probably settles for like $2,000 because there's no way Mr. Stinky has $1.2 million of just fart insurance money.
I mean, that's what you think, but I don't know, bud.
Yeah. Anything else here? Do you even understand that what this West Virginia man is wearing a Native American head garb as part of a Christian protest against getting new biometric driver's licenses? I was floored when I read this because I was like, I've never read a headline. I understand every word. I don't understand a single thing that's happening. Why? I guess I don't know what a biometric driver's license is.
Jim, I'm in the same boat as you. I've read the headline multiple times, and I do not understand it. Oh boy, we do have a white guy in full Indian garb at the oldest DMV ever. Have you watched? Oh my God, you might have to look at the video.
Okay, so it's a white man walking out in a full Native American Indian garb with like a chief head on at the Division of Motor Vehicles, getting interviewed. I don't want to listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to it. I guess this is what I'll say, Jim. You know, what's it called when people that are new to the country, they have to take the test to be accepted into America or whatever it is?
Yeah.
What's that called?
Nash. I don't know. I'm blanking on it.
Oh, we might be bad people. Either way, this needs to be somewhere on the exam just to show people, or it needs to be the last thing on the exam. It just says like
citizen's test.
Yeah, your citizenship exam, whatever it is.
Yeah.
This needs to be the last thing, and it just needs to be like, if you're gonna live in America, you need to understand that this is something that happens, and nobody gets it, but it's okay. And that's the last thing on the test.
I'm going to tell you some more from this story and see if we can figure out what's happening here. So
okay.
Philip Huddock drove 8 years without a license while in negotiations with the DMV to accommodate his Christian convictions. What does that fucking mean? You can drive without a license for 8 years and be like, no, we're negotiating my license. In May of 2017, Huddock got a new driver's license issued at the Flatwoods DMV and protested by wearing Native American garb. Nearly 2 years later, at the Elkins DMV on Monday afternoon, Huddick once again arrived for a new license while dressed in Native American. What if this is just what this guy wears? He was protesting having
I
to
think
get
that's like offensive.
I know, but he was protesting having to get a biometric driver's license to accommodate his Christian. What are his convictions? What's a biometric driver's license? Reporter who wrote this article, fucking give us some info. In the 19 years since this has begun, I've just seen our country go downhill as far as Christians not being treated equally, and it's a shame that our country, which was founded by Christian principles, now Christians don't even have equal rights. What the fuck is this story?
Biometric is the technical term for measurements and calculations.
I'm going to
I
email.
have no idea, dude.
Sam Haynes wrote this for the Randolph Times. And I think I'm going to have to send him an email and say, Sam, very interested in the Indian head garb story. Read it 5 times, have zero idea what it's about. Do better on your next article. Please. Rarely am I interested in a story, and you just did just a shit job of telling me what's actually going on here. Sam.
Thank you and enjoy your day.
Better the day, it's the better the day. Better the day, better the day.
Bow, 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 bow. Bet of the day, Jakey. Jakey is stupid, but he's smart. He won last night, and I lost as the Rockets fell handedly to the Bucks. He is now 26-27, and I am 22-23. I should have agreed with him, should have known, but I was worried about the Tuesday gods having their way with our precious Jake. Jake, what do you got for us today?
What
salami.
What do I have for you today? I gotta stay hot. Jim, if I get this one, I mean, then we've got 3 in a row heading into tourney time. I mean, that's when things really start to get fun. Jimmy James, Jomboy, we are going to gorgeous Oklahoma City.
They're the home team?
They are the home team. They're hosting your Indiana Pacers.
Okay.
So, Indiana's on a pretty big road losing streak, but they just beat the Nuggets handily at home.
Nuggets suck.
OKC's going through a rough patch right now. They've lost 4 or 5. The biggest thing they do have going is this is still Paul George's old team, so he can play the animosity card. And Oladipo would be able to play that for OKC, but he's hurt. Jim, here's the problem. The spread is 6, and that's too large. I'm taking the Pacers to cover +6. I think OKC still wins, but it's close.
Pacers lost to the Warriors by like 30. 23.
Sure.
23. Pacers lost to the Clippers by 6. Pacers lost to the Trailblazers by 8. Pacers lost to the Thunder by 2. They beat the Thunder. So they beat the Thunder by 2 last time. And now the spread is, you said 6?
OKC's favored by 6. It's in OKC.
And you're taking the Pacers to cover.
I'm taking the Pacers to cover.
Locked in.
Locked in.
So you're taking the underdog.
Big game by Sabonis tonight.
You're bad when you take the dog.
Well, PG hits a game winner at the buzzer. How about that?
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
Good after
Trust in the heater.
I just trust in your heater, which is 2 games. It's a 2-game heater. Also, just good vibes. Opening day is coming up. It's a good week, and we just need to be vibing.
Vibing. I like
you
it.
and me. You and your no shirt and me in my sweatshirt, both not doing it for any reasons besides
Not for comedy.
This is what we like wearing.
For comfort.
What are you wearing on the bottom half of your body right now? Let the people know while I get the song.
Sweatpants.
Sweatpants.
Sweats.
Thick, thin, tapered, not tapered.
No, it's funny how like guys in the media, like the new thing is that people on TV just wear their comfortable shoes. Like they'll wear a full suit, but they'll wear a pair of sneakers because they're like, well, yeah, I'm on my feet. I like being comfortable. Haha. What if it, and like now we see people in the podcast world and other people that dress kind of casual. They'll just wear like a long sleeve shirt, like nothing fancy. Maybe by the time we're there, I can just be on TV shirtless and people will know it's not for comedy. This is what I'm comfortable wearing.
Free the nip.
It's not. No, see, that's what's ruining it for me. I'm not freeing my nip.
You are.
My nip's just living. It shouldn't have to be free. Nip shouldn't have to be free. I'm saying that on my biometric Christian rights.
That's the point. So you're part of Free the Nip movement. That's their entire argument.
We shouldn't have to free it.
That's their argument.
I don't like to free the nippers.
Well, you just don't like that there's a whole contingent of people that are arguing for the one thing you want the world to become.
I think if they didn't make such a scene of it, it wouldn't be a thing. Like if I posted myself shirtless on Twitter right now, and they'd be like, "Oh, LOL, free the nip." No.
My nips are freed.
Let the nips just live their damn life.
Sometimes the people who are saying, you're oppressing me, you're oppressing me, you don't like those people.
No comment. 2 days till opening day. Play the song.
Free your 2 nipples. See you guys. Thanks.